Welcome, everybody. It's Saturday if you're watching this when this is posted. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. So some of you are really putting to work and you're in those dark places in your mind and you are searching for that light and you are heading in that direction towards that light. And man, are you putting work in? Because the oracle card that came out we're doing the Sacred Rebel Oracle, which is right here, one of my most favorite oracles. And the one that came out was Diving for Light. And this one really is a potent card when you read this oracle. So we're going to be going ahead and getting into reading this one because for you guys who are here right now listening to this, you have been putting a tremendous amount of work in. And right now, listening to this is going to be important. It's going to help you see what kind of work you've been putting into yourself and the accomplishments you've made. Because right now, you're probably not feeling like you've made much headway, but you have. Trust me, because when we get into this oracle, you're going to understand why. So let's go ahead and get reading. Diving for light. How brave are you? You're brave. You're courageous. Not many people do this. You know that, right? Like going into the shadows, going into the dark places, it is not a fun event. We all know this. But the fact that you are willing to go there and go there time and time and time again, I'm getting passionate about this because I don't think that you give yourself enough credit. You are brave and courageous for doing that because most people want to run from accountability. They want to run from the healing. They don't want to have to face those shadows because that takes a level of self-awareness that most people don't have. And you have it, and that makes you brave because you're facing those things. You are diving for light. It can be so simple to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. To look for light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. See, most people will look for light when things are positive, right? It's so much easier because it's right there, right in front of you. I mean, you're like in that positive zone and everything's good and light. But when you're in a dark place, which if you're watching this right now, you're in that dark place, you're diving into those shadows and doing that heavy work, it is hard to aim for achieving the light, for seeking that light and diving for that light. It takes a level of bravery and courage to do that. So you have to give yourself credit. You may not feel like you have taken such a journey by choice, yet you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost being has evoked the situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power, wisdom, and creative juices. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. Stand in your power. Again, most people will not go this path. Most people just want to keep artificially busy, avoidant. They don't want to face these shadows. They want to simply go on with life like nothing has happened. Nothing to see here, folks, right? Nothing to see here. That's how most people want to live their life. But the fact that you're facing it head on takes that courage and bravery to do that. So give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a hug, tell yourself in the mirror, I'm courageous. I'm brave. I'm doing what most people want to do. I have to give myself credit. That's what you need to tell yourself in the mirror. Lift yourself up. Give yourself credit. This oracle of divine light speaks to a time when you are called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. That darkness might be a creative block, a sense of being in the void or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be obvious cause to why you ended up in this situation into diving into these dark areas. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as a death, a divorce, or a retrenchment. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience into this darkness. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. You are. You have put there's no going back, right? Even if you think about going back, whenever you like entertain that idea, you realize like, I could never. Like I have gotten so far. Here's the one thing that is coming to mind right now. I have seen way too much. My eyes are way too open. There's no going back. You know you can't. It's impossible. You know too much now. You've seen too much. The truths are right in front of your face. You can't do it. Our creative process and our spiritual path go through a similar turning of the wheel. There is a spring and summer in the seasons of our soul as well as in the earthly ones. There's an autumn harvest and there's a death inherent in winter, when energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness where it can rest. Hibernation, right? We think of bears, wintertime, hibernation. Regenerate and simply be until the time is right for a new life. Spring, right? We think of spring when you think about winter, right? When the trees, the leaves come, you think death, you think everything is gone, everything goodbye, right? And then spring comes along and things start to blossom and the trees start to have leaves and the flowers start to grow. And there's just that light, right? Spring brings that light. It's beautiful. I say, until the time is right for a new life, energy and creative inspirations to burst forth. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has purpose, much like the winter does upon the earth. It is not an error or through lack of consciousness that you are here right now. It is a testament to your spiritual growth and creative process, not a sign that they are lacking or stalling in any way. The healing process below will help you with the inward plunging and to successfully navigate this all. This oracle brings particular guidance that although you are powerful, you are also vulnerable at this time. Absolutely, you have a level of vulnerability right now. It's a degree of being fragile. You need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. And that's why a lot of times you'll find when you're in these deep moments where you're just like going through this heaviness and going inward, that you'll notice that certain people are automatically kept away. See, Spirit has a way of making sure that you are protected. And your ancestors, this is something that I always say, your ancestors want you to know they are very much protecting you. They are watching you. They are making sure that those people who should not be penetrating you at this time are staying away. So be sincere in your gratitude towards your ancestors each day, thanking them, just like you would thank God and the universe and spirit. Make sure that you give thanks to your ancestors because they do a tremendous amount of work to protect you during these times so you can focus on doing that inner work. You need to be alert to that sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. That would be rather unnecessary. You wouldn't want to be jolted off all the work that you had done. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to their fear and doubt than to their faith in the process and the way of the creative, rebellious, spiritual path that asks us to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to the lack of understanding. Most people just don't understand. A lot of times you might have people come towards you who are close to you who might say things like, "What's wrong with you? What's going on? You seem to have changed. What's wrong with you?" Like those types of things. You don't need to carry their fear for them. Let them sit in their own fear. You have your own process to attend to, and they can choose to respond as they wish. And whatever those responses are, they are part of their journey, not yours. Don't take it into yourself. It is part of their journey, right? And for them, it's for them to work through. These are things they need to work through. You got to allow what belongs to certain people to belong to them, and what belongs to you is yours. You also need to be vigilant against the dark forces within you, right? These are the voices that you may not expect, particularly if you are a pure-hearted being who typically resonates with love. Those voices or feelings might surprise you with their dark intensity. I have experienced this myself. I have had some terribly dark thoughts come through my mind, and it is heavy and it is intense, and you literally have to self-talk yourself out of these voices and these conversations that happen within you, and these dark messages that come through that are very they jolt you. That's the only way I can describe you. It's very uncomfortable. They may be feelings of hate. They can be disturbing, terror as well, of wanting only to be sleeping because anything further is just too hard. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself or tell you that your inner creative work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. These dark forces might tell you that you are on the wrong path, suggest that you will fail, or ask with great condensation that who the hell do you think you are? And I can tell you, I have had some nasty thoughts come through me, and I had to battle those. I knew they were not truly from the heart or good thoughts. That these were dark thoughts, but they do come. Be prepared for that, because as you go darker and darker into those shadows and into those difficult areas in your mind as you're trying to process these things, you will be challenged more and more. And those thoughts can get very dark. So be very careful and conscious of that. Be aware of it and be proactive in aggressively speaking back to them and putting them at bay and telling them, no, you are wrong. What you're saying is wrong, and that is not true. I know who I am. I know my worth. I know that what I do and my creative energy and my heart and everything come from a good, authentic place. Don't allow the dark to become the voice that dominates your mind, because you have control. You are the master of your domain. Okay. Master yourself, master your thoughts. You may stay in your heart and not believe these dark forces. Stay in compassion. Remember, even those dark thoughts come from a place that needs compassion. Um, I mean, if you've ever been severely depressed, I mean, I myself struggled with severe mental health all my life. And I had some horrible, horrible times of depression where very dark thoughts came into my mind. And I can tell you that when you have compassion for them, when you understand where they're coming from, they don't have as much control over you. A lot of times it's coming from a place that it's very sad. You know, it's very sad how they come up and how they surface, but you do have that control to bring those, with through compassion and understanding that those thoughts, though they surface, they don't have a place in your life anymore. They no longer control your thoughts anymore. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. These forces are a part of life. We don't have to be frightened of them, nor do we need to deny their existence or try to ignore them in order to find the light in the darkness. And that's the other thing. Whenever I had dark thoughts, I never tried to pretend they weren't there. I acknowledged them. I always knew that I had darkness and light in me. I always knew that those two things existed. So I had that compassion to understand that it was there, but it didn't have power. But I acknowledged it. I didn't try to pretend it wasn't there, but I acknowledged it, but realized it did not have power. We can just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so that we can avoid being seduced into the trap of needing to prove ourselves, or into the mistake believing that we need to fight against the darkness. It is too easy to get caught up in trying to deal with the dark. The dark can be very consuming. Again, if you've struggled with mental health issues in a severe way, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. It can be very consuming, very dominating if you allow it to, but you don't have to allow it. And I think you know this now. As far as you are, if you're here listening to this, you have overcome a tremendous amount of darkness, and you have gotten a handle of it, and you have the control over it, and it no longer dominates you. Darkness just is. Recognize it when it's there and be in your compassionate heart. All you need to do is make a choice. Will you stay in your heart, or will you be seduced by darkness and overcome by hate or sleeplessness? Diving for light is a spiritual test and a threshold for all true creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass the threshold into new creative birth by staying connected to the light of compassion in our own hearts. That rebirth that happens, that realization that, like, there is that light and that compassion in me, and that you are able to sit with your darkness, with that compassion, with that heart space, and know that it's there. It's there. Acknowledge it. It's there, but it doesn't have to hold the power. And you know this now. If you're listening to this, you're here right now, you know this. Now, at times there could be where it takes over you and it consumes you, but you know right away how to come in with that compassion or be like, I know you're here, darkness, but you do not have that power anymore over me. I have control over my life. I am now diving for the light. We successfully navigate our way through the tests and pass the thresholds into a new creative birth by staying connected to the light of compassion in our own hearts. It is not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming to you now. Just remember, it is the light of the heart that sustains. It exists within us always, even in the darkest depths of unknown territory. That light is in your heart. That compassion, it's in your heart. Lead with your heart. This oracle also comes with a special message. There is a darkness within or around you that could be problematic or left unchecked. If for no particular reason you find yourself feeling angry, irritated, hopeless, or tired more easily than usual, unable to rest, or it is just too much effort to exercise or take care of yourself, then this darkness is having an unnecessary effect on you. It is time to end that now from a place of compassion. I can say the reading I just did when it came to the energy check I just did, where people were feeling really exhausted and tired and depleted, and this oracle really resonates with that reading as well, because I feel like some people are just really in a dark place right now. They're just very overwhelmed. So if you check out that energy check, that might be something that resonates with you if you're listening to this oracle. It is time to end that now from a place of compassion. The healing process below will empower you for that task. Don't be afraid. You are learning this lesson, an unending power of compassion, because you are ready for it. Feel honored by the lesson and stay humble, central to your powerful, rebellious heart that refuses to be conquered by fear and remain faithful to love. All will be well. Never fear the darkness. It is what it is. It is there. Acknowledge it. But remember, the light is from your heart. Follow your heart. That is what has the power. The power is in your heart. Your heart has light. The light will illuminate the darkness. You don't need to stay in the darkness. The darkness does not control you. It's the light within your heart that illuminates that darkness. So when you lead with the heart, you will illuminate your path. And here is the healing process. Say this aloud, whether it makes sense to you or not. I call upon the presence of unconditional love. Be here now without restraint. Fill me and fill this space. Touch all beings with your grace. I feel the presence of unconditional love within me. I acknowledge the presence of unconditional love all around me. I am the presence of unconditional love, and in this love, no fear can remain. No fear remains in love. My unconditional love guides any fear back to the light of love or back into the earth as serves the greatest good. My body, mind, heart, and soul are now completely bathed in and protected by unconditional love through my own free will. This is so. That was beautiful. The light within your heart will illuminate all the darkness in your life. So whenever you feel the darkness, come into your heart. Let it illuminate. Dive into that light. You may feel some reaction to this work. Fear, anger, or irritation may come up. You may feel a bit overwhelmed, but that overwhelming need to go or do something that doesn't actually seem that important may surface once you start doing it, and could have waited 5 more minutes. You might feel nauseous. You might feel emotional or sadness or grief passing through you right now. These are all signs that your healing process is working on the darker energies, and that the energy is releasing itself from you. Repeat this simple process until you feel clear. Don't be afraid to continue with it as much as needed, especially if you live or work in a toxic environment with a lot of negativity, arguments, anger, or disturbances, and cannot extricate yourself from that environment for a period of time for various reasons. If you feel you need additional help, seek out a reputable shaman or spiritual leader. Start with an internet search or referrals to assist you. There is no need to fear or to feel burdened by this work. You are being drawn into this experience so that you are ready to experience more light. To be ready for that, we must be capable to handle equal darkness. Now is the preparation. Soon the celebration will follow. Lead by your heart. Lead by the light. Dive for the light. Absolutely. This was a wonderful reading. And again, so you can see that card, how beautiful it is. Diving for the light. And so we went ahead and pulled from the Truth Oracle as well, which is one of my newer ones. And for that one, we got Adventure. We got Adventure. And this is another oracle that is really, really good. I enjoy it a lot. This is the card, and it says, Adventure. Our paths are not marked. Maps are not meant. Let me start over. Adventure. Our paths are not marked. Maps are not meant for us yet. We step forward always. Unknown places are never empty. They are always full of wonder, of possibility, of parts of you that you have yet to meet. Let your curiosity guide you. The breeze shift your direction. Your mind and your heart get a little lost, and soon you will discover what you're wishing for is always available to you as an adventure inside your body and soul. Every step, every heartbeat, every mundane moment is a new beginning, a new adventure, and an adventurous one. It is an adventure. You meet the world and yourself. I'm going to read that one more time because it was really good. Adventure. Our paths are not marked. Maps are not meant for us, yet we step forward always. Unknown spaces are never empty. They were always full of wonder, of possibility, of parts of you that have yet to meet. Let your curiosity guide you. The breeze shift your direction. Your mind and heart get a little lost. And soon you will discover that your wishes for is always available to you as an adventure inside your body and soul. Every step, every heartbeat, every mundane moment is a new beginning and an adventurous one. It is this adventure you meet the world and yourself. That was lovely. Have an adventure. It's still the weekend. If you're watching this, if you're watching this another time, pick a time to have a little bit of an adventure. Enjoy your life. Have some fun. So we're going to go ahead and pick an angel number, because how can we do a reading without an angel number, right? So, this was a pretty deep message. And I'm telling you, if you're feeling this, definitely check out the energy check video I just did, because honestly, I think the messages kind of go together. And I'm going to go ahead and split this deck with intention. I split this deck with intention. Yes, I do. Always. All right. Angels, 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 we need you right now. We need a number, please. Spirit, we're setting these intentions down that this is for the collective reading, and it's our shadow work reading, and we need an angel card, and I'm open and ready to receive with gratitude. All right, let's see what we're going to get for an angel number. Angels, what advice do you have for the collective? What do we need to know? Okay. Angels, angels, angels. Oh, there we go. All right. So we got two. So the first one is 701, Angelic Company. You are being protected. Hello. Hello. We just read about darkness, about how scary it can be, how much fear and anger and rage can surface. You are protected. The angels are telling you. 701. Your angels see the struggle you are undergoing presently, and they want you to feel their loving presence support for you. Call upon them to show themselves to you in signs and messages today, and in love and compassion for those around you. Ask them to show you their love now, and believe it when you see it. The angels are protecting you. Look at this. I mean, this came out of that enormous stack as we're doing this deep reading about diving into the light and out of the darkness. I mean, look at the courage you have. The angels are here saying, look, we've got your back. So whenever you question yourself, reach out to your angels. 855 was the second card. Love abundantly, donate your time. As you're diving into that space in your heart, in light, think about other people and how you can help them. Even if it's a friend that you just need to lend an ear. I'm sure you have somebody in your life, maybe somebody you work with, or somebody, just sit with them at lunchtime. Just listen to them, hear them out. Sometimes that's all somebody needs. They might not even need you to say anything back. They just need you to be a supportive ear. I've many times in my life just needed someone to listen to me. I just needed to say something and just be heard. That's all. This is a call to action. The love you have in your heart can be shared with those around you. See, you did all that work to learn, to reach into your heart space, to go through all that darkness and follow that light, dive for that light. And you're able to show others how they can do that. This is what you are being called to action for. Where can you demonstrate love to someone who doesn't feel any? I'm sure there's someone in your life you can think of who needs love, that unconditional love. Your guides want you to donate some of your time to a person or an organization that would benefit from the abundance of love you have in your heart. Sign up for a local beach cleanup, reach out to an elderly neighbor, or offer babysitting to someone. Any loving action counts. Honestly, if you have a friend, maybe they have kids, maybe they're a single parent, maybe they're a couple that work all the time, they're super busy. Say, hey, you want me to watch the kids for the night? You guys can go out to dinner. Do something kind. I mean, you can really impact somebody's life just doing a tiny, something that might seem very small to you could be huge to that person receiving it. So remember that. All right, now we are going to go ahead and pull an angel wisdom card finally before we close this out. This is, one of my favorites because the angels always have great wisdom for us, right? And this is a deep reading and we got some great angel numbers with it. So angels, we need some wisdom. What do you say? What do you say? What do you got for us? Now let's split this deck with intention. All right. Angels, angels, angels. We need you right now for some wisdom. Spirit, we set down the intentions on this card that this be some angel wisdom that the angels can provide us. And this for this message. And I'm open and ready to receive with gratitude. Let's see what they got. All right. Angels, what do you got? What do you got for us, wisdom wise? We need some good wisdom. Something that will help them through this reading. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Serenity. Everything in and around me is in perfect harmony. You are moving into a time of greater inner peace and tranquility. It might not feel it right this second, but deep down, deep in that heart space, all this work you've been doing is getting you into that your tranquility and peaceful space. The angels reassure you that peace of mind is within you. You can feel serene even in the midst of great turmoil. Even if you guys are going through a difficult time right now, you do feel the peace. You know it's there. It's in that heart space where that unconditional love lies for yourself and for others. All right, everybody. This was a really deep reading. Really, really got me a bit emotional because I feel it. I feel it in the collective. Like for some of the collective, not saying all of you, but for some of you, this could resonate. You are feeling like a lot of darkness has entered your days lately and you're under a lot of pressure, under a lot of stress, and it's coming from all different directions and you're feeling overwhelmed and it's been challenging. So I want to tell you that keep diving for that light. Darkness does not have the power. Acknowledge it, have compassion for it, and know that the light within your heart will illuminate through the darkness. Any type of darkness, it will illuminate. Blessings, everyone.